Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of our program Languages of the World. Here we are once again for another episode of English, and as usual we've got lots of interesting stuff to talk about and discuss with my guest Miss Heba. Hello Miss Heba and welcome to the program.
Hi Yasser, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. So what do you have for us today?
Actually, today is an interesting subject. It's not the usual thing about grammar and about writing, no. It's actually political subject.
Political?
Yes, actually.
All right.
Today we are going to talk about types of governance.
أنواع الحكومات.
Yes, I think this subject is taken in many schools because they have to know the types of governments around the world.
Like for example, our country is a republic.
It is republic, and we will know its type when we go through them.
Yeah, okay. Let's get a start.
Types of governments, actually, we have the absolute monarchy. First one, absolute monarchy, and we will define this after I come to it. Constitutional monarchy, parliamentary democracy, presidential democracy, theocracies, and dictatorships. Okay, I'll define each one. Okay, we will start by the absolute monarchy. والabsolute monarchy يعني الملكية
الحكم المطلق يعني.
الملكية المطلقة. Yes. It's an idealized form of government, a monarchy where the ruler had the power to rule their country and citizens freely with no laws or legally organized direct opposition telling the monarchy what to do. يعني الملك هو اللي بيحكم بدون أي قانون ومن غير ما يكون حد يعترض أو يقول أنت بتعمل إيه.
يسموه الحاكم المطلق.
الحاكم المطلق, yes. And in order of importance, we have first the king, then come the people. So the king is the most important one. This is the absolute monarchy. We can find this in the ruling of kings and queens. يعني الملكات والملوك, they get their power through birthright or heredity. يعني بيحصلوا على القوة دي أو السلطة دي بالوراثة. They are raised to become head of state. وبيتربوا على أساس إنهم يبقوا head of state. They are highly educated and cultured. Of course, a king or a queen should be highly educated and cultured. Louis the 14th of France was an absolute monarch. Then we come to the constitutional monarchies. The monarchy is kind of mixed with the constitution.
Kind of a trick.
Constitution الدستور يعني. A constitutional monarchy is a political system in which the head of state is a king or queen, ruling to the extent allowed by a constitution. يعني they rule, okay, but according or to the extent allowed by a constitution, not absolute. In order of importance, we have the constitution, يعني أهم بالترتيب كده الأهمية للدستور first, king or queen, then the people. So what do you think? What are the countries do you think that are following this? Constitution and monarchy.
Maybe Britain.
It is. The biggest is United Kingdom.
But I know something. I know that the constitution in Britain is not written.
This is new for me.
Yeah, the constitution of Britain is not written.
But they have one, right?
Yeah, they have one, but it's not written. Yeah.
It's kind of traditional.
Weird. Yeah.
Weird, very weird.
So people follow rules
without knowing, without being written.
Without, yeah,
having
without any manuscript.
Actually, we do this. We follow rules, but we have written constitution, but not all of us have read it.
Yeah.
But we still follow the rules.
Yeah, we follow the rules, but there is a constitution.
There is
a written constitution.
I haven't read it.
I haven't either.
But I follow the rules.
See what I said? I said naturally. I said I haven't either.
Yes.
because this is a very common mistake that people may make sometimes. When we say that we are the same as somebody else in the negative, we do not yet say too. I mean, I didn't say I haven't too. I said I haven't either.
Yes, exactly.
Or neither have I.
Exactly. This is grammar.
Yeah.
So we have United Kingdom, and we have New Zealand, we have Canada, we have Jamaica. So all of these are constitutional monarchies. We have, of course, Queen Elizabeth II is a monarch.
But the monarch here is kind of an honorary position.
Yes.
يعني
kind of.
ممكن
It's not absolute
مكانة
honor.
شرفية أكتر منها.
But she has her opinion, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And yes, of course, she has a lot of things that she does every day there. But yes, it is kind of limited, I think. Not absolute power. It is limited by the Constitution.
For example, you hardly ever see the Queen of Britain, for example. You usually see the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Not the Queen.
Exactly, yes. But still, she's the Queen.
Yeah, of course. She's very loved, by the way.
We have other constitutional monarchies like Belgium. We have in Japan also. In Spain, we have it in Spain. And we have it in Sweden. So Belgium, Japan, Spain, and Sweden, they are constitutional monarchies. Then we come to the parliamentary democracy. This is democracy by the parliament, this political system based on the idea that the parliament is supreme. So the power is for the parliament. The people choose representatives at regular elections. And of course, elections means انتخابات. الناس تختار اللي بيمثلهم خلال الانتخابات. So the parliament is supreme. And of course, who has this? We have, of course, Australia. In Australia, the parliament is the supreme power. The people elect this parliament. Then it makes the laws and decisions for the country. So the parliament is the one who makes the laws and decisions for the country. Then the parliament elects the president. So it is not the people's role to elect the president. It is the parliament.
But the parliament is elected by the people.
Of course. So it is kind of sequence.
Yeah.
This is in Australia. Then we come to the presidential democracy. And of course the USA is the first example of this, because the people elect the president to a 4-year term. Then the Congress is elected separately. So they elect the president first, then the Congress is elected, and all branches of government work together within a system of checks and balances. So they have a lot of the branches of government, they all work together with a system. They have a system. So this is the presidential democracy. And of course, here in Egypt also, we have the same presidential democracy. Do you think? I don't believe I don't understand a lot in politics, but I think it's kind of presidential and parliamentary democracy, because we elect the parliament, something like that. Maybe we have this mixture. Is this good, this presidential democracy? Well, it has some good points and bad points. For example, the good points that it is effective. Everyone can be here, because when you elect somebody, or the president, so your voice counts. So every voice counts, as I said. You are heard and you have the right to elect. But actually it is ineffective because it takes time to hear all points of views, discuss and vote. It takes a lot of time to get to the right person. So this is about time. Then we have this kind of government, theocracy.
Has to do with religion.
Yes, it does with religion. It's a government by a god or priests. Priest means the religious men. And actually there are only few countries that follow this. Like, for example, in the contemporary world now, we have Iran and Afghanistan. They are considered theocracies because ultimate political authority in each of these countries is in the hands of religious leaders. So the power is in the religious leaders of Iran and Afghanistan. And its purpose is to organize society.
دولة دينية مثلا?
Yeah, kind of, yes, دولة دينية. The society is organized under religious law. So they follow all religious laws. Then the last one is the dictatorship. Is this a form of government in which absolute power
This is very negative
concentrated?
dictatorship,
Yes.
yeah.
We don't have it a lot nowadays, especially I think in Korea, North Korea maybe, but actually we don't have it anymore. And this ruler is unconstrained by law and usually rules with terror. يعني ما يحكموش القانون. بيحكم بإيه؟ بقوته هو, and maybe some people could be killed in the way.
Yeah, this is really very interesting to know, and we've learned in this part how the world is different in terms of the ruling bodies in many countries. So we've talked about the governments or the types of governments in the world. We'll continue. We'll have something even more interesting after the break, so stay with us. So I just love the national anthems. I love to listen to them. Do you love the national anthems?
It's kind of relaxing, you know, and also the pictures of the monarchs, they are kind of taking you in another place, like.
But of course, I love our national anthem the best.
Of course, of course. But these pictures take you to the fairy tales time when all of them are princesses and queens and kings.
طبعا كلمة national anthem اللي هو النشيد الوطني بتبقى حاجة جميلة جدا لما نسمعه، خاصة طبعا نشيدنا الوطني الجميل.
Ours is exciting, you know, like this is relaxing, but ours is kind of
اتعمل
exciting.
زمن الفن الجميل يعني مش أي كلام.
Yes, exactly.
ففي لحن جميل يعني وكلام كمان اللي احنا بنحب نردد. We love to you know sing our national anthem. This is really interesting. So what do we have
after we had these types of government? We can have a little bit of grammar, not hard, but we have taken it before, but because a lot of people told me that they want it again, so we will say it again. The parts of speech, I think some people will are familiar with them, but for the sake of repetition, we will repeat the parts of speech. And let me tell you something. Parts of speech, it means not the function of the word, not as a verb, not as a subject, not as something like this, but what is the word? Like in Arab, in English,
زي أجزاء الكلام بالعربي بنقولها كده أجزاء الكلام.
Yeah, not what the word is, but how the word is used. Okay, how do we use it? As what? We have 8 parts of speech. We have verbs, we have nouns, we have pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. We will describe each one. Actually, this is, as we know in Arabic, al-Arab, so it's kind of. Each part of speech explains not what the word is, but how it is used. For example, we can start with the adverb. The adverb can modify a verb or an adjective or another verb. الادverb زي ما بنسميها in Arabic الحال بتوصف verb. When I say مثلا he runs quickly, it is an adverb that modifies a verb أو describes a verb. He runs quickly. هنا I am saying that action that اتعمل ازاي quickly. So he runs quickly. كمان الادverb ممكن يوصف صفة. زي when I say she is very beautiful. Beautiful هنا adjective و very adverb. So الادverb هنا وصف beautiful انها very beautiful. ممكن كمان الادverb يوصف adverb تاني زي ما اقول مثلا he runs so quickly. So هنا adverb و quickly adverb يبقى so بتوصف quickly.
And we can also talk about the adverbs of frequency.
Of course we have a lot of types of adverbs. Like first adverbs of time, like when I say yesterday, tomorrow, now, then, today, all of these adverbs of time.
And when we talk about adverbs of frequency, we're talking about words like always, usually, often, sometimes, ever, never, and stuff like that.
And there are adverbs of time, of a place, like here, there, near, far. Okay, so I have a lot of adverbs. Then we have the nouns. Sorry, the verb. The verb is what we do. Like when I say run, hop,
or what
skip,
we don't
study,
do.
or we don't do. Yes, I don't play the piano, so I don't play the piano. So play here is a verb. So the verbs are the actions that we usually do. The noun we have said before That's a noun. الاسم could be a person, people, could be a place, could be a thing. Like, for example, if it's a person, maybe teacher, maybe mother, or a place like home, like school, or just a thing like table, like desk. Also, nouns could be ideas. Like when I say friendship, الصداقة, this is noun, or love, this is also a noun, but idea.
Yeah, they are called actually abstract nouns. Abstract nouns اللي هي اللي بيسموها الأسماء المجردة.
Yes.
So we have common nouns, for example, and these are the nouns of things. We have abstract nouns. We have proper nouns.
Yes.
Proper nouns means the names of places or people. For example,
العالم,
Tahrir Square. This
like
is
in
a proper
English,
noun. Yeah,
actually,
your name.
yes. In noun we have the common and the proper. Common, like when you say a boy, for example, or proper when you give him a name, like Ali, for example. So proper and common. We have the abstract, as you have said, اللي هي المجردة. You can touch, you can smell or hear or feel. And the opposite, we have the concrete, اللي هي تتلمس. Okay, so we have these types of nouns. Also, we have the pronouns أو الضمائر. الpronouns اللي هي بتحل محل الnoun. Like when I say he instead of Ali or Muhammad, she instead of Mona.
Or him.
So,
and
or
also,
him.
Yeah.
We have a lot of pronouns actually. The pronouns are many. Or myself or himself. We have a lot. Or his or her. There are so many. And the pronoun, of course, it comes instead of the noun. That's why
Not as many as other languages, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Other languages have more pronouns.
Yes, simple grammar.
Spanish,
simple.
Italian, French, you know, they have
a lot, yes.
Yeah.
So here are the pronouns. We have personal pronouns like he, I, he, she, like me, like him, like her. And then we have the possessive, like اللي هي الملكية, my, his, her, mine, yours, hers, and this. We can have also interrogative pronouns. يعني كلمة why, who, when, where, they are pronouns. They are interrogative that you ask with them. When you say, what part of speech is this? Is the verb, is it a noun? No, actually it's a pronoun. We have the demonstratives, like this, that, these and those. Yes, all of these also are pronouns. We come to the adjectives. اللي هي الصفات بقى. Very easy. Whenever you describe a noun, it is an adjective. Like beautiful, like sad, like happy, like nice. A lot of adjectives actually in the English language.
And there is something really interesting about adjectives in English is that they never change.
Yes.
They are the same.
For female and male, they are the same. And no plural of them. So they are fixed.
In other languages, you have to make it feminine, masculine,
this is French, yes.
plural feminine, plural masculine, you know.
Yes.
So it's a long story. In English, الصفات ما بتتغيرش ودي يعني من الحاجات السهلة في اللغة الإنجليزية.
Exactly.
العربي احنا لما بنستخدم الصفات عندنا بنغير كل حاجة.
بالظبط. كجمع، كتأنيث، كتذكير. Exactly. Then we have the conjunctions. يعني conjunctions دي كلمات بتوصل بين جملتين. Like when I say I ate the pizza and the pasta, or I went to the school and I studied my lessons. So conjunctions كلمات بتربط بين الجمل أو كلمات الأخرى. عندنا and, عندنا but, عندنا or, عندنا nor, a lot of conjunctions. Then we come to prepositions. احنا Arabic بنقول عليهم حروف جر, but actually they are not. In English بتشمل بقى حروف جر وظرف الزمان وظرف المكان, كل الفيلم ده. It links nouns and pronouns, like when I say in, on, at, of, from, to, a long list actually. Beneath and under and over, between and among, all these are prepositions. تعبر عن مكان أو ترتيب أو وقت أو
And you cannot master them by translating them into Arabic.
No, you can't, because it depends upon their meaning. Like the word after, for example. After I finished, I went to school. Here, after is not a preposition. I'll come after him. This is preposition. In English, actually, it depends a lot.
Like could be a preposition.
Yes.
I'm just like my father.
Exactly.
For example, here like is a preposition.
And في كمان I like pizza.
I like here is a verb.
بالظبط. In English context matters a lot. The last thing is the interjections. Interjections بقى دي الكلمات اللي هي ملهاش محل من الإعراب، زي ما بنقول اللي هي بتعبر عن المشاعر، زي oh no ouch hey والحاجات دي كلها. yucky yummy الكلمات اللي بتعبر عن المشاعر، الحزن، السعادة، كل الحاجات دي، الدهشة، واو، well hey كده، كل دي عبارة عن كلمات بتعبر عن الفيلينجز وبسميها interjection.
Yeah, I just want to say something that sometimes maybe one word could belong to different classes.
Of course.
For example, the word fast. The word fast could be an adjective بمعنى سريع quick, could be a verb بمعنى يصوم,
yes.
Could be a noun like الصيام, could be also an adverb like بسرعة quickly.
Exactly,
So مثلا طبعا دي مثال واحد على words that may belong to different classes according to the context.
Yes, so well for example W-E-L-L هتيجي interjection، هتيجي adverb, and برضو noun بمعنى بير.
Yeah.
We have a lot of this like in English, a lot of things like that in English.
All right, it's really fun
yes,
to keep on getting more information about English. I hope you're enjoying our episodes. I hope you're enjoying the process of learning, because learning could be fun if you love what you're doing. So we'll be seeing you next week, inshallah. Until then, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.